Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to TTV News with some last events in our province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to create conditions for the candidates for the 15th National Assembly, term of 2021 to 2026, and to meet the voters to campaign, the Provincial of Vietnam Phalang Front Committee held a meeting between the candidates of the 15th National Assembly, the election units number 2 of Tay Ninh province, with the voters of Ward number 3 and Ward number 4 of Tay Ninh city.
The leaders of the Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of the province approved the brief biographies of each candidate. The candidates report to voters about the action plan. If elected as a member of the 15th National Assembly, the candidates will perform well their roles and responsibilities and regularly keep the close relationship with voters and submit to the supervision of voters, fully implement the voter contact regime, regularly exchange opinions with voters, reflect the voters' thoughts and legitimate aspirations to the National Assembly and competent agencies to reserve. Also promptly inform the activities of the National Assembly to voters, pay attention and create conditions to promote socio-economic development of the home province, to respond to the trust and expectations of the voters who have elected for them. The voters in Tay Ninh City highly agree with the action plan of each candidate in the 15th National Assembly, the second electoral unit of Tay Ninh province.
And in the morning of May 6, the candidates of Tay Ninh Provincial People's Council and Tan Chau District People's Council for the term of 2021 to 2026 has a meeting with voters in Tan Hiep commune. The Vietnam Fatherland Front Committee of the province and the district has approved the biographies of 5 candidates for the People's Council of the province and 3 candidates for the People's Council of Tan Chau District term of 2021 to 2026 for the unit in Tan Hiep commune. The candidate in turn presented the action plan if they are elected as a member of the People's Council of the province and the districts for the term of 2021 to 2026. Tan Hiep commune voters highly appreciated the action program that the candidates presented at the conference, and also expected that the candidates, if elected as the People's Council members, would properly implement the action program and what has promised the voters, always develop the ethical qualities of life while fulfill the duties of the people's representatives. A report of the Provincial Competitiveness Index (PCI) that was recently released by the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry has shown a marked improvement in the quality of economic governance at the provincial level, and it is the 4 consecutive years in which the score of the median province is above 60 points, while the gap between the best performing and worst performing provinces is narrowing. It reflects the stronger determination to reform and improve the business climate across the localities. Most enterprises stated that there has been progress on administrative reform, but it still needs to be stepped up in some areas. Simplified procedures and paperwork were acknowledged by 66.5% of enterprises, compared to 49.5% in 2016, while 76% of business file time spent on implementing administrative procedures was less than formally required, up to 67% in 2017, and 84% of firms said that public officials handle work effectively, a significant leap from 58% in 2016. The PCI is arguably an action set of indexes that drive practical actions of local authorities, requiring them to periodically review their administrative apparatus in order to enhance the effectiveness in enterprise support policies.
The Congress of the Party Committee of Duong Minh Chau District for the term 2020-2025 proposed strategic breakthroughs. Apart from the breakthroughs in high-tech agricultural development, in tourism development, Duong Minh Chau District has always paid attention to the breakthroughs in administrative reform associated with human resource development and information technology application. In order to effectively implement the breakthrough, in recent years, the district has focused on investing in the facilities of the one-stop shop to quickly and promptly handle dossiers and procedures for the people. At the unit of receiving and returning the results, the district has equipped a serial number printer for people to facilitate transactions. The working rooms are equipped with air conditioning. At each transaction counter, there are staff on duty, cheerful, enthusiastic to handle the procedures for the people. With the initial results of improving the operational efficiency of the district and commune unit of receiving and returning in Duong Minh Chau district in recent years, is one of the solutions for the district to successfully implement administrative reform associated with human resource development in order to soon bring the Congress resolution to life.
And according to the General Statistics Office, in the first 4 months of 2021, the number of newly established enterprises increased by 17.5% over the same period in 2020, the highest increase in the years of 2017 to 2021. And on industry, the registered capital increased by 41%. In general, in the past 4 months, the country has nearly 44,000 newly registered enterprises with a total registered capital of over 628 trillion Vietnam dong, and the total number of registered employees was more than 340,000 employees, an increase of 17.5% in terms of number of enterprises, and up to 41% in registered capital over the same period last year. Meanwhile, the accumulated import-export turnover of the province from the beginning of 2021 up to now reached $4,117,000,000, in which the export turnover reached about $1,884,000,000, import turnover reached $2,233,000,000. This data shows that after successfully implementing the dual goal of both epidemic prevention and socio-economic development, the business community's confidence in the direction, policies and policy of economic development and that of the party and the government increased. And these are also positive signs of business prospects in the coming time. And ladies and gentlemen, the inspection and supervision has shown that election committees of district, towns and cities have well prepared for the election, and most voters have access to information about the election of deputies to the 15th National Assembly and the deputies to the People Council at all levels, which will take place on May the 23rd. The Election Commission of District, Towns and Cities have completed the electoral rolls from mid-February of 2021. Since then, localities have actively reviewed, supplemented and adjusted the electoral roll in accordance with regulations to meet the most accurate list of voters. And on April the 28th, the Election Commission announced the official list of candidates for the People Council deputies at all levels. And from May the 4th to May the 17th, the Violent Front Committee at all levels is organizing the meeting between candidates and voters and campaigning in localities. The localities have already prepared for this activity. In Phước Trạch Commune, Gò Dầu District, there are 8 polling stations. The Election Committee of Phước Trạch Commune has listed the electoral register at 12 cafes for voters to drink coffee to easily check and compare the information. My clients are mainly the locals who come here for the coffee before going to work in the field. And on the occasion of preparing to vote, the people came to drink coffee and discuss, asking me what the date of the election to prepare. My family is also ready, and my kids also have right to vote. The whole family is very excited. And in Gò Dầu District, there are quite a lot of voters who are workers from other localities. The Gò Dầu District Election Committee has also worked with enterprises and companies to bring election information to voters as well as take the measures to ensure their voting rights.
We discussed directly to leaders of industrial zones and factories, especially to communes with many temporary workers. We discussed and agreed that on May 23, 2021, the voters, the workers, will be on the work to vote.
In Tan Lập border commune, posters for election are placed quite thickly with populated places. The election committee of Tan Lập commune has also increased the amount of election communication through the commune loudspeaker system. People also regularly to go to the voter listing places at the office of the Hamlet office, control house to check information. And thereby, voters in Tan Lập communes have paid attention to research biographies of local candidates and expressed their interest in the upcoming election. According to current electoral roll, Tay Ninh will have more than 1 million voters perform their rights and obligation to vote on May the 21st. Election committees at all levels continue to promote propaganda with various firms in order to bring the election information to all voters, especially voters in remote areas. And ladies and gentlemen, that's all for TTV News today. Thank you for joining us and see you more next time.